Hey YouTube, it is Kayla with Groove Stones and Fairy Styles and Divine Dollface 111 on here and TikTok. I haven't made a YouTube in a while, so I just wanted to come on here and chat a little. Something that I was thinking about a lot in regards to like spirituality and everything is that looks can be deceiving, and I think that is on purpose to teach us about not getting locked into ego traps, like the ego traps that exist within being a spiritual being, and a carnal being in these, like a spiritual being in these physical bodies, if you will. It's all a game. in the grand scheme of things, it's a game. You have these people. So for instance, I'll talk about the spiritual community on Instagram, because that's something I have spoken about a lot before. I think we all know by now in 2025, Instagram is not what it seems. You have to either be a part of a clique, buy your followers, or do a mass following within a group of moms or whatever the fuck it is to get any type of traction on your page. Very apparent. That's why I don't use it for that. I use it as a portfolio, as it was intended to be. That is my online portfolio. So that is my reference point for my business cards and for when I'm in person doing my business and representing my company. So me being able to detach from that type of validation is very amazing and very telling, because when you're kind of on the outside looking in at everybody who is still on that, it's all very much so a facade, and you can see that it's not real. Now, I'm not saying that there's not people who have real people that they know on Instagram and stuff. Sorry, it's a little chilly out here. That they know on Instagram who support them and stuff, because realistically that's how I got to over 1,000 followers on Groove Stones, on my original Groove Stones page. It was from doing pop-ups for years, and interacting with people and their word of mouth to their friends, and them referring me to them based off their experience with me, and I thank those people eternally for that, because that's the type of business I want. That's the kind of business I want for, Groove Stones. I've always wanted to be somebody rooted in integrity. I don't care about the likes and viral and this and this and that, because everything viral isn't good. A lot of the stuff that people go viral for is just cringy as fuck, and what the fuck, it's of no substance, and if I can't go viral for being of substance, I'm totally okay with that, because then that means that my message and the reason why I'm here is not for everybody, and it's for who it's for, it's a for you by me, like a hashtag on TikTok all the time, so I'm okay with that. And I think it's a lot of ego stuff, it's a lot of ego. A lot of the spiritual people on in this world, really, entertainers wise, like Janae and Erykah Badu and people like that, they get by based off this look and this reputation of she sells pussy incense, and Janae, she's spiritual, and she's blazing, and she's this and she's that, but there's no substance, and when you are of substance, you're able to kind of discern that everybody wearing waist beads and doing yoni steams and wearing a head wrap and wearing these beaded necklaces and these weird dangly nose rings and shit is not always somebody that you should pay for a reading. It's gonna be the people who show up to you authentically. I show up on here, wiping my nose, not because I'm on drugs or anything, but because it's fucking cold outside and my nose was a little snotty. And with my braids, I can't dye my hair right now, because I'm pregnant. But like, you guys are seeing the real me always, I've come on here and I've been crying. Like I come on here and all my situations and give you guys transparency because that's who I am and I don't know how to turn that off. Now, I will say this, when you're somebody who does not know how to turn off that transparency, you have to be guarded because people will download your entire personality, your entire being into their system and portray themselves as you, and it's fucking weird. It's happened to me on multiple occasions, and I'm tired of reinventing myself because of copycats. It's just fucking weird. And I think that's why I will always kind of harp on and be about the be yourself train, because I don't want to see another me. Like, I want to see different versions of individuals, being individuals, because that's what life is about, like, be your fucking self. I don't want to be Erykah Badu. I don't want to be anybody that I've seen. I don't want to be Beyonce, and that's not to discredit anybody's talent, but that's just because it would be unfair to them and their artistry if I showed up as a watered down version of them. Because what people don't realize is when they try to do that, even if they're only biting like a little portion of your style making and trying to make it their own, it still gives inauthentic and watered down. It's never hitting like they think it is, and it sucks. It sucks for them. And I hate that, because it's like, you're cool in your own right. You don't have to try and be me to be cool. Like, it's okay. It's just okay. Just be you. It's not that big of a deal, This is, these are things that I definitely raise my kids in, I brought them up to be very confident young individuals because I've encouraged them to be themselves, I knew from the time that they were born, they're biracial, that, they were going to face some challenges in life within themselves, feeling, they may not feel it now, but feeling polarized for, how the world perceives them, not being black enough or not being Mexican enough. I've caught the brunt end of them not being Mexican enough because I'm an adult and I can see and pick up on, the nuanced ways of anti-blackness and the other side of the family. I've seen it. And it's just sad that I've kind of had to disband and completely separate myself from my own family for the same kind of anti-black and, discriminatory views that they hold, because they would rather side with the enemy than to support somebody who they supposedly raised, And, that's unfortunate. I'm not going to one band, one sound with people who are siding with my abuser and refusing to let me speak to my kids. So there's that on that. As you guys know, I'm, very actively going through a custody battle with my kids. I'm not allowed to speak to them. I have done nothing wrong. I am fully sane and of, mental capacity to care for them. I'm about to have another child, which I would like for them to be present for, but, it just sucks. I can't talk to them. They won't let me speak to them. But yet I go to a concert and I see their dad and he's gossiping like a little bitch like he always do. And it's just like, bro, where the fuck are the kids? Because it's weekends and you say that you go see them on weekends, but you're here type shit, like, make it make sense. So, yeah, it's just, a lot going on in my little orbit, So this is even more reason for you to be yourself. You don't want to be me. You don't want to walk a day in my shoes, because I go through it. I got a lot going on. It's not always rainbows and sunshine like, this beautiful sun is giving me right now in the background. There's a lot of death and very tough situations that I battle, that I just wear well. I tell my partner a lot, a lot of the stuff that I'm going through, I just carry it well. It's not that it's easy. I just carry it well because I've been carrying it for years now, and I'm integrating that, which is another huge part of, spirituality, is just integration. When you're able to integrate the situations that are extremely hard for you, extremely painful, it allows you to kind of get to a space in your healing that you're balanced. You can flow, you can discern, you can pick up and put down what you need to, and take what you need from spaces, things, and people, and stories, and even social media, without being so heavily influenced. Right now, my biggest influence is God. I'm doing everything I can within my scope and within my power to better myself and just live my life according to God's word, and that means the world to me at this time. While I'm not perfect, I'm divine, and that's the only way I can really put it. That is that balance, that's that dance, of life, and what you have to do to really just kind of exist as a human. We are light and we are dark, so don't ever guilt yourself for being dark sometimes and heavy sometimes. Don't guilt yourself for basking in the light. Just don't, because that's how it's supposed to be. That's balance. I think that is all that I have for now. Just a little birds got the word for this Sunday. It's April 6th. I'm huge. I feel really heavy. I'm not really huge, but my baby is just, he's doing a number on me. So I can't wait to meet him, and I'm just getting ready for that. Be on the lookout for lots of new cool things with Groove Stones this year, and I think that's all I gotta say. Oh, another thing, if you want to order gems or book a personal reading with me, there is a new number for that. I'll list it in the caption of this, just so you can get in contact with me. If you'd like to see some of the offerings I have available, please visit Instagram. That is Groovestones, GROOVESTONESS, on Groovestones. That's my handle on there. Or TikTok. Same handle as here, Divine Dollface 111. If you'd like to cop any gems from me or get a personal reading, I'm here. I'm available. I have space and energy to do so. And I just wish you all the best. Just do your best. It's hard out here, but we got this, y'all. All right? I'll see you.